is the first granddaughter from Tuni's side and everything. And I remember Uncle Carlos going to visit in Mexico. And I mean, we were poor, lived over there, and he'd go and he'd be like, Mija, iron me these shirts and I'll pay you 20 pesos, you know? And oh my gosh, that was so much money for me. So I'd be like ironing all the little, todas las arrugas, like everything. And I remember for Christmas, this is something that every time, I loved macaroni and cheese all the time. I'd tell Tony or someone to take me out to like a really fancy restaurant after like church. We'd go to like Black Bear, but I'd want to get like a bowl of macaroni and cheese. And so Carlos knew that, so what he would do a lot of Christmas is that he would give me a box of macaroni and cheese, and he would give my little sister, Phoebe, the weenie, so we could make it together. It was that, or cans of Spam. When he'd go to Mexico, he'd take us cans of Spam because it was hard to have that over there, and he would take us that. I remember a year when I was here in 3rd grade, I got sick a few times, and I remember staying at school because Tony was still working at the time, and he would be there sometimes, and I remember him making me cream of wheat with toast and jam and ginger ale so I can get rid of the sickness. So I'm like, I remember this stuff. It's funny because when people pass away, it's the little things you remember. I remember like once I was in college, he'd be like, Mija, take me to the store. So I'd go pick him up, and I'd drive him around town, and he'd tell me all these stories. And Mija, how are you with money? And I'm like, Uncle Carlos, I'm a college student just trying to make it through. And he's like, here you go, here's some $10. And I'm like, thank you. So always $10. And then the next day I'd go take up, Mija, I need some money. Can I borrow those $10 you gave me? I'm like, and I started picking up. I'm like, he does this all the time. No, Uncle Carlos, I already spent it. I'm sorry, you know. But he'd always give us something, and then he'd ask for it back. And I always remember that. It was funny. I remember sometimes too when he would be visiting us in Mexico. I'd walk downstairs, and he was there usually with his blades and his navajas and just doing it. And I remember messing around one time with one of his knives. He's like, don't do that, you're gonna cut yourself. And of course I did. And but I always, like, every time I see a blade or something, I remember Uncle Carlos. And while, like my mom was saying, he was a storyteller, so all my friends knew my Uncle Carlos. They're like, oh, tu tío con el palo, like the guy with the stick, you know, and with the feather and his hat and everything. And I was like, yeah. And then he would be like, Mija, I'm gonna go to your school today. And I'd be like, Mommy, Uncle Carl's gonna go, I'm gonna be all embarrassed because he would say stories and I'd get embarrassed sometimes. I remember too the story of us going to watch The Day After Tomorrow at the movie theater, and I was a little girl, and my tío would cuss sometimes, and I remember he got all excited and he was like, oh shit, and then I was like, oh, Uncle Carlos said a bad word, and they're like, Mija, cover your ears because I'm gonna say some more right now. And so just stories like that I remember him, or arguing when he was watching the news, or yelling about stuff. Always tamales, he always brought us tamales. So I was like, oh, that's where he bought them from. He would bring us tamales, the queso and chile. And I also, the last night I got to spend with Uncle Carlos was Christmas Eve. And I was like, you know what, that was a good day. We were all there, my tia was over, and I had my guitar out, and we were singing Christmas carols. So we were all right there, and he was very emotional as well. And I didn't know that was the last time I'd see him, but it was a good night, and we brought joy to him too. So I think this is the first year that we didn't go back for Christmas to Mexico because we go every year. But then I was like, I think it's good that we stayed because he had us all there that year. So, but yeah, he's there, and I was telling Tony, it's like, I cry sometimes, but I laugh. I just start laughing at the stories. He would say all the lies, and I hadn't really cried. Like, I went with Tony and we were cleaning up his apartment, and I was there, and I teared up a little bit. But right now that I played that first song, that's where it kind of like hit me good. I was like, I hadn't cried fully, and then I was like, oh, every death that I go through, it's a little bit different. But with him, it's been a good one because, like my Uncle Peter was saying, he lived, and he had his crazy stories. I remember we went to Ukiah, right, with my tia to go visit, and that was really nice. And he loved nature. He loved walking everywhere. So I got lucky because I got to spend a lot of time with him and heard his stories and inappropriate things too. But like what he always said, he was like, "Oh, my nieces are so beautiful," because he loved us. He'd be like, "Hey, look, you're so pretty, mija." Or he'd tell about my mom, my aunt, all of us, and whenever we dressed up, he nos chuleaba. He made us feel like beautiful women. So, but yeah, that's my Uncle Carlos, and he has his stories, but he has, I don't know, people might say a lot of bad stuff about him, but he was just my Uncle Carlos, and we all just grew up with him, and it was just, he added laughter and silliness into all the picture craziness, and well, he made our life a little bit more adventurous and funny. So, and we're all pretty crazy, so we're not too far from him either. So
that's right.
But yeah, so,
Henri too.
Yeah, we're all Henri. We're all smart Alec. We all do that little back and forth thing. So we understand his craziness. So yeah. So.